Tonight on Farming Network, we reveal the secrets behind the growth of corn. I'm Jeffrey Martin, and here's our anchorman, Nick Catarina.
Thanks, Jeff. Tonight's story revolves around artificial selection of corn. Artificial selection is the intentional reproduction of individuals in a population that have desirable traits. In organisms that reproduce sexually, two adults that possess a desired trait, such as two parent plants that are tall, are bred together.
Long before Charles Darwin and Alfred Wallace, farmers and breeders were using the idea of selection to cause major changes in the features of their plants and animals over the course of decades. Farmers and breeders allowed only the plants and animals with desirable characteristics to reproduce using the evolution of farm stock.
Corn plants have seeds that would fall off the plant and scatter until the mutation occurred in the corn that caused the seeds not to fall off. People discovered this and selected the corn with this mutation. Corn became less and less of a wild plant because of the continuous selection of the mutated plant, and therefore became a very domesticated plant or crop. In Canada today, corn has been genetically modified to change the production and growth of the crop. We have an in-depth, inside scoop on the matter. We now go live to our local reporter, Fran Robinson. Take it away, Fran.
Thank you, Nick. The agriculture of corn has drastically changed ever since artificial selection began. Everyone knows that corn looks like tall as a grown man, bright green, giant juicy cobs covered in golden kernels. Corn started off in Mexico as a grass, not a vegetable. The cobs of this original plant were just slightly larger than a quarter, which is certainly not enough for a meal. So how did this stubby little South American grass turn into a giant green monster we have today?
Better explain the reasoning behind artificial selection. I'm here with the local farmer, Samantha Snowdy.
Hello. Hi.
Is it true that you genetically grow your crops?
Why, yes it is. It is to achieve the best looking crops for the locals.
Are there any advantages to this technology chosen to grow your crops?
Other than the appearance, it creates new genes for plants and produce more products. We can breed corn to breed it bigger in size and produce more kernels. We as breeders will have a better business doing this. We will be able to produce bigger and better crops or create new types of corn, and it limits our options from, well, not really limits, it per se gives us more options for artificial crops so we can make them bigger and better and look better.
First, natural variation occurs in the wild population. Second, seeds from the next generation are chosen only from the individual's most desirable traits. Third, repeat this process for several generations. Fourth, over time the quality of the crop increases. Plants and animals are domesticated through artificial selection, which works like natural selection does, but with humans instead of nature doing the selecting. Here, humans plant only the plump teosinte kernels. The plant that grows from those seeds carry more genes for plumpness, but they still may vary in ways. Over many generations of selection, the frequency of desirable gene variants increase in population, and so does the quality of the crop.
As an experienced farmer in the industry of artificial selection of corn, how do you measure your success?
Very well, especially during this recession.
Thank you, Sam, for your insight on artificial selection. This is Fran Robinson reporting from the Curtis Road Farm. Back to you, Nick and Jeff, in the studio.
Thanks, Fran. That was great. Though you may have been convinced that artificial selection is a flawless innovation in the industry of farming, it is close, but not quite. Disadvantages do follow.
Artificial selection can create mutations for plants. Artificial selection is very expensive, and it's not a natural evolution. Religiously, it's not part of God's plan for the world and evolution.
This concludes our segment on artificial selection. Tomorrow, on FN News, tune in on how to keep your cattle's digestive tract healthy. This is your anchorman signing off.